Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining me on my podcast. Today we have Alexis, aka the local lash plug. She does lashes for a lot of creators that you may know and love or love to hate. And today we're going to get to know her a little bit more. So, Alexis, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Hi, I'm Alexis, obviously. I have been doing lashes for over 4 years. I am a mom of two beautiful baby girls. I'm a fiance. I
Ooh.
am all the great things. Yeah, I mean, I love what I do. I have lots of fun working on all these creators and kind of getting the ins and outs of everything, and also
Hmm.
kind of getting my own opinion aside from
Yeah.
what, social media sees. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and you get to meet them and actually see them for like who they are, like
Yes. Yeah.
and that's I've been actually going to I've had lunch and dinner with a couple of the creators, and it's been like great because I'm like, oh, I actually get to see them outside of like the drama outside of TikTok. So it's been nice to get to know them. How did you get started as the lash plug, and how did you get started getting these creators coming to you?
So Whitney was my first.
Okay.
About I want to say over 2 years ago, she reached out to me, was like, "Hey, was looking for someone to collab with."
Hmm.
Apparently, so a few people had sent her to me, and I was like, honestly, 100% for it, no question, doubt about it. Because I love the obvious like exposure that comes with doing collabs with people like them. And then kind of just from there, after I started working on her for a while, I was like, you know what? Let me just shoot my shot, slide into these girls' DMs.
Yeah.
So started sliding in, and every now and then one of them would respond. Some of them were like, I'm not really into that, which is totally fine too.
Yeah.
I've even reached out to people that don't live here, and I'm like, listen, if you ever visit, I'd love to do a collab.
Yeah.
I love it. It's probably one of the best things that my business has done. Because obviously I take pride in my work, and my work I think is obviously good, but it is nice for the exposure. It's pretty much a free advertisement, especially
Absolutely.
when it's local.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for
So,
sure. And so with that, you do feel like social media has helped your business in a positive
oh,
way?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. I mean, it's to the point I'm at the gym yesterday and this girl's like, "Oh my God, don't you do Whitney's lashes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's so funny." Like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's crazy. It is crazy.
That's
But
exciting though. And
yeah.
and so do you find yourself getting a lot of customers and stuff, clients, because of the fact that you do? I mean, obviously your work is incredible. I've even looked into it as well, but
Mhm.
I'm just over here with my Amazon like $8 like clusters that I do myself. But
Girl, same. Not gonna lie, I'm a cluster girly. Just
I
because I
love
do
the
lashes
clusters.
does not mean that I'm opposed to clusters.
Yeah.
I love a good cluster. So,
I mean, for me, I mean, I get a lot of compliments. You tell me, do they look good for
no, they
somebody
look
who
good.
isn't a professional? Do I have
No,
lash
they do. I
blindness?
promise.
I appreciate it.
There's no judgment. I don't personally. It's ironic because I love lash extensions. I love the idea of them. I don't like the maintenance for myself.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with,
I'm a
and it's
full time mom of
expensive.
two. Anytime that I do have days off, I'm at personal appointments or appointments for them. And quite
Yeah.
frankly, my biggest thing was I can't find anybody that really does them like me. So I don't really want them.
Is it
Um,
hard to do lashes on yourself? Is that like impossible or? Oh,
So
okay.
I've swapped services with people, and don't get me wrong, like the people I've swapped services with before are amazing. I just when the industry kind of changed the wispy sets, I kind of started doing those more and kind of specializing them more,
Yeah.
and I fell in love with them more. Like I stopped doing the volume on myself. But so I would do my own fills when I would get like full sets with other girls, but to sit there and do a full set, it's for one, it's really stressful because like it burns.
Yeah.
Freaking burns.
Yeah.
So I have like a steam, like a little facial steamer in this one to kind of like humidify the glass glue, and then a fan in this one. It's
Yeah.
just not even worth it to me. It's not really worth my time, especially because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be happy with them because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm a
Yeah.
trusted girly.
No, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, whatever's easier for you. I mean, that yours look great. I would have never known any either way. So, I mean, I love clusters. I got lash extensions a couple years back.
Mhm.
But it was just from a girl who was just starting out, and like this was when lash extensions first got popular. But I had a bad reaction to the glue. And
Mhm.
so my eyes were like bloodshot and everything like that. So I kind of just like haven't gone back. I'm not opposed to
Yeah.
it either. I love the way lash extensions look, but again, time consuming. I'm a mom, like it's
Yeah.
a lot of maintenance. Like I kind of just unbox dye lash clusters from
Mhm.
Amazon, my own gel nails. Like I'm just trying to do it myself.
I
But
feel
with
it,
that,
girl.
Do you find that people are still like that your business is still good? Like you're able to keep up with, like business and everything, even with, like the prices of everything has gone up over the years. You know what I mean, with inflation and everything. Has it been hard for
Right.
you? Because I know a lot of estheticians and stuff were talking about that on TikTok at one point.
So yes and no. Obviously, I changed my prices probably almost 2 years ago, and I
Hmm.
don't see myself ever, like, not ever, I wouldn't say ever, but I don't see myself raising my prices anytime soon because I'm at the point in my life where I'm happy with the income that I make and the clients that I have.
Yeah.
Um, I think the biggest key for like other people is look locally. I looked at every other lash tech around me and looked at their work, whether or not like I thought it was personally better, their experience. So I'm
Hmm.
kind of priced fairly based off of where I'm located.
Okay.
But no, it sucks when you want to raise your prices because you don't like my clients are my friends. Like I see
Right.
them every 2 weeks and
Yeah.
I call them, like just for random shit. And so
Yeah.
when I'm like, "Hey girl, I have to like charge you like $10 extra. I'm so sorry."
Yeah. It's
It
awkward.
sucks. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the last time I did that, we were moving to a new location, which was more expensive. So that's the thing is that it's not just our time, our money, it's the expenses, it's the experience that you come to. You can go to a home-based lash tech, which is fine, no
Yeah.
judgment, no shame. But typically they charge less because you're going to their home rather than coming to a salon where it's a nice
Right.
experience. And
Right.
so a lot of stuff comes with it.
Mhm. No, exactly. I mean, it's like quality over quantity. It just depends what you want.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So, what would you say brought you like into the social media world? Was it like specifically just advertising and everything, just to like, or
Yeah. I mean,
were you a content creator before? Do you like making
no,
content?
no. So I mean, I love to create content. I wasn't like a content creator. It's so funny because I don't even consider myself like a content creator now. I just think that I do lashes on people that are.
Yeah.
I obviously make my own content and I have, for the longest now. It just got more exposure because of the people that I work on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to find. So I am booked fairly well, and that's big shout out to all the girls that I work on because
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't be here a majority of the reason without them.
Hmm.
Um, but it's hard to kind of squeeze in content because like, time is money. So like I try and book back to back as much as I can, but I do try and set aside time for content because it's important. It's social
Yeah.
media is everything. When I track down like when my clients are booking, they ask like the referral and it's usually like TikTok and the girls will
Hmm.
come in and sometimes they say, "Oh, I know you work on Whitney," or some of them are like, "You just popped up on my For You page." Like
Yeah.
so it is a huge, huge factor in booking.
Yeah. You're on my For You page a lot, but it's always when you're doing the girls.
Mhm.
And I saw the one video that you did that was so funny where it was like when you book back-to-back clients that aren't like friends or whatever you said or like are like problematic. I don't remember what it was said, but it was hilarious because of the active drama that was going on. And then you pushed Chris or Kirsten and Bree out
Right.
as Whitney comes in. That was super cute, super funny because a lot of us didn't know that like if they were ever even interacting with each other. So that was kind of
Well,
a like a
yeah, so
sneak peek.
that was a little toxic of me
Yeah.
because I knew so I had Kirsten first.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, "Hey, I have Whitney after." And a lot of them are I mean, there's no beef that I know of. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I know a lot, but at the end of the day, it's just like, little things here and there. But I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey girl, just FYI, I got Whitney right after you." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like she's like, "Do you want to make sure that she's good with coming in?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
So I asked her and then she's like, "Well, Bree's coming to pick me up." And I was like, "Let's not say anything."
Yeah.
Like, let's not say anything, because I didn't know. I mean, I also think that they're just a bunch of girls that all have their own issues, their own flaws, and
Right.
I think that they do well with each other. It just, they're. I hate to say they're young because they're not that much younger than me, but also they are. Um,
Yeah. I'm
there's a lot
29.
of factors.
Everyone acts like I'm like 57. They're like, you're too old to be recapping this drama. I'm like, I think I'm like only like 3 or 4 years older than Whitney. I think she's about to
Yeah,
be like 27 this year.
right.
So
Yeah, but
I,
yeah, and it ended up being fine. Like, there was
yeah.
no beef or drama or anything. I was just like, "Hey, let's make this little catty little video because it's so funny." Um,
Yeah.
and my intentions were never wrong, you know what I mean? I was just
Yeah,
like,
no, it was so funny.
yeah.
I was just like, "Oh, this is hilarious." Like that was great, and I love the content that you do make with them. I saw one video that you did. One of your pin videos is with Kristen,
Mhm.
and then one of your other videos was the one with Whitney, and it was like, um, what is it? I don't know. Like you squirted foam on her face, but it was like a spit, and then she
Mhm.
wiped the spit off, and then her lashes were
Like
done.
a
Like you're good.
transition.
Like you guys have good transitions. I like it for
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah,
It's
we
cute. Yeah.
definitely try hard.
Basically the drama that goes on online does not affect your business either way. Like you stay neutral to everybody.
Yes. I mean, there has been some factors. I've had people message me over like specific videos that come out, or like if someone out of the, I'm not going to say names, but if someone out of the group was getting canceled for whatever reason, I've had
Hmm.
girls message me and be like, "You're working on so and so, and look what she did, you dumb bitch." I'm like,
Oh,
whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah. Oh my
I'm
God. I
like, why
was
are you
just about
coming
to
at me
ask
about
you
this?
that. Like, do you get hate from the supporters of and the haters of the people? You know what I mean? Like if you do Whitney's lashes versus the other versus Kristen or whatever, do people hate on you for that? Or do you only get hate if there's active drama like going on?
Yes and no. So
Hmm.
when there's drama, I mean, I don't read half the comments because half the comments are arguing with themselves. Like
Yeah.
it's stupid stuff, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um and sometimes I'll get a little sassy and
Hmm.
argue back because it'll be like just mean stuff and I'm like, "Why are you
Hmm.
so mean?" you know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't really, I mean, I don't get a lot of hate. I've gotten like a couple of messages here and there, but nothing
Right.
crazy. It's only like when something is really hot and like really piping at the moment.
Right.
But again, I mean, I don't entertain it. You know, the thing is you can't entertain people like that.
Yeah, and it's so silly. I mean, it's literally you have a business to run. Like at the end of
Hmm.
the day, like if I were you, I would choose business over like drama any day, unless it was like something that was like so like just like that you couldn't personally like with your values stand behind. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
then I could understand, but I mean, business is business. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I wouldn't
Well,
let it
at the end of the day,
affect me.
what they do in their personal time is their personal time.
Right. It
I
has
am
nothing to
here
do
for
with
the
you,
views and the money.
and you're
You
just
know,
there to do their lashes.
I've had people say, "Oh, I can't come to her because, she may not like me because I work on them." And I'm like, "Girl, money is money.
Right.
What my opinion about you is not irrelevant. That is personal. I will put
Yeah.
everything aside and I will work on you because money is money, clients are
Right.
clients, everything is word of mouth.
Right.
So I don't ever take stuff
Yeah,
like
no,
that
I mean, it's the same thing.
personal.
You can have your opinions about who
Hmm.
you like, what clients have been nicer to you, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure
Right.
you've had clients that maybe haven't been the nicest and some that have, or maybe they've all been nice. But at the end of the day, like, is business. And I think any business owner would be silly to miss out on business just because of
Right.
TikTok drama. Like, that's crazy. So I hope people go easy on you. I don't get a lot of hate, but when I do, it's really like, what are you guys talking about? Like I
Right.
literally like I can't even deal with it. Like I'm taking opportunities to go to lunch and stuff with anybody who wants to invite me. Just so happens that the creators that invited me are those and I haven't been invited by the other side of the people. If I
Right.
get invited, I'm going to lunch with them too, but I can't force people to go to lunch with me or dinner like I don't know.
Well, and
Hey,
the thing is that their opinion is their experience.
right.
You know what I mean? Or their thoughts. Like
Yeah,
how
or
I
yeah,
feel
exactly
towards
what they've
people, I
viewed.
there's things that I've seen on social media that I'm like, okay, I don't love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But they come in and they're just totally so different. Like
It's so
I,
different.
it
Yeah,
is.
in
It's so
person.
different.
Yeah. And I don't think people get that there's like a persona that's put on online that isn't even necessarily how these people are even in person either. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And
Right.
sometimes they are and sometimes they're not. But in my experience so far, I meeting the people that I have, they've all been nice and very like nice to me. So I can't complain.
Hmm.
Um, I would like to know how is it being a business owner and a mother of two, and how do you navigate that in your busy schedule and stuff?
It's rough these days.
Yeah.
It is rough. So a little background. I have a 5-year-old. Her name is Bailey, and I have a 18-month-old, almost 2-year-old named Aria.
Hmm.
So when I had my 5-year-old, I worked in HR. I was working like as a recruiter,
Hmm.
kind of recruiting DOT drivers and stuff like that. COVID hit, decided to take, a little stretch, was getting unemployment, stayed at home with my kid for a while because I got laid off, went to school. It was a breeze. then I got pregnant while I had my business, and I was like, "Oh, this is scary. I don't have
Yeah.
PTO. I don't have paid maternity leave. I don't have insurance. I got Medicaid.
Yeah.
It was very scary. I mean, I make it work. The biggest thing is that sometimes like I have to decide whether money is worth it more than my kids' time. So like
Yeah.
I'm very, very specific on my days off. I don't work Sundays and Mondays. And if I do, you better be paying some more because
Right.
you have to make it worth it for me to miss out on my kids. And not that we do stuff every weekend, I mean, I still come home at a decent hour. I pick them up. I'm very involved, obviously.
Right.
But it's a little rough sometimes, especially because, you think it'd be easy just to take them with you, but it's not always the case. My 5-year-old,
No.
the 18-month-old, oh, she's everywhere.
There's
She's
no way. Yeah, no, I have a 3 year
everywhere.
old and that's why I'm like telling you when we're doing this interview, I'm like, can you do 10 o'clock? Because I need my kid to be in bed. It's
Yeah.
impossible during the day. Do you feel like social media has played a part in a lot of like the connections that you've made? Like, do you make a lot of connections in regards to friendships and stuff
Yes.
online, or do you have like more friendships that you've just like had throughout the years and stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Like, have you met a lot of people through social media?
I mean, not really. I've made a lot of connections with just clients. It's
Oh,
so
clients.
hard
Okay.
because I'm telling you, like, all my clients in my head are my besties. So,
Yeah.
like, they decided, like, per se, take a break from lashes. If I don't hear from them, I'm like, damn, was I really not your friend? Like, I thought we
Yeah.
were, like, I thought we were good, girl.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the social media, I've made connections. Like, I was just at Kirsten's baby shower. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so like stuff like that, like I again I see them on a regular basis, whether or not
yeah.
it's every other week or sometimes once a week because they want to keep up with them or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
You do build relationships with them and also friendships.
Yeah.
So I do consider them friends, especially at a certain point. Um, but I do think I make more friends with like my clients than I do like the social media girlies.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I make
Did you have fun
acquaintances,
at
don't get me wrong. So I make acquaintances, but more so like,
Yeah,
whoever's in my chair, I get that one-on-one time and I'm an open
right.
book.
Do you get
So
a lot of tea while people are in the chat?
yes. Yes.
So the lash techs, hairdressers, y'all are all getting the tea for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
try to not get involved a lot of the time. There's
yeah.
times where I mean, I have my own opinion, and
Hmm.
sometimes I'll state my opinion, but I try not to talk shit about each other. I'm not here
Yeah.
for that. I'm not picking one nor the other.
Hmm. Hmm.
Again, in my head, I'm probably like, yeah, I think that was a little messed up. But I think
Yeah,
every single person on TikTok or in social media, like as influencers or content creators, or within that group specifically, have been wrong at times.
absolutely.
And so I think nobody's really
No
perfect.
one's perfect and everyone makes mistakes for
Right.
sure. Yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
sides. There is
No,
genuinely, in my
I don't
opinion.
know how there can be. I think that people who are only seeing one side of it is a part of the problem because
Right.
how can you not see that because we're all human, everyone has made mistakes at different times. So, like, you can't pick one side or the other. Like, you've got to see everything for what it is. And everyone has
Mhm.
made mistakes. Everyone's made poor decisions. We're all humans, like, and it just happens, you know?
Right. No, and that's my thing is I'm like, this isn't Twilight. It's not Team Jacob or Team
Team
Edward.
Jacob. Now,
Like,
literally, people ask me that in my freaking live. Team
no,
Whitney or Team Kristen? I'm like, no one. I don't know these people.
these
Or
are real people. Like they
now,
are.
apparently,
And
I'm working for Whitney. Everyone's like, you're working for her. And I'm like, I met her one time. I went to dinner. I met her for an hour. She said very few, like, she was very nice, but like, it's not like we like freaking bonded and like, we're like gonna go have a sleepover together.
right, right,
I don't
right.
know if I'll ever see her again.
Mhm.
She was nice to me. That is the extent of it. I'm not working for her. Like,
Mhm.
that's crazy. Like, you've met her more than I have. Like, so it's just crazy
No,
to me that
yeah.
now I'm like a freaking,
It's just again, they've all been wrong. In my head, I'm like, okay, that was a little petty, but
yeah.
also I mean, that social media is their life as well. Like,
Yeah. They have to entertain. It's all entertainment.
as much
Absolutely.
as I want to say that a lot of the stuff is real, like a lot of the, people are like, oh, is it just for club? No, a lot of the stuff is 100% real. I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that, sometimes people push a little bit more just to get the, more views and stuff like
Yeah.
that, which again, their job and people are clicking on the clickbait. So of course they're going to.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something I've been following for quite some time. I love
Hmm.
drama. I just don't love my own. But I also
Right.
I love following it, but I just don't I don't like it when it involves me. So I'll
Hmm.
just stick to recapping it as long as I'm not the one being dragged into it.
Right, right, right.
But is there anything that you feel like you would want people to know from watching this podcast that maybe people don't know about you because maybe people haven't gotten a chance to even learn who you are through even your social media platform?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that I would want them to know anything.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny though because I try to not post so much lash content because I'm a person too, you know?
Yeah, no, outside of the
I
lashes.
and it especially because I'm like, I don't want to be just known for being their lash tech sometimes. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
especially because it's like, oh, it's their lash tech. My name is Alexis.
Alexis, exactly. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like to post my own content. I like to be my own
Mhm.
person. Um, I don't know. I'm a lot of things. I'm not even from
Yeah.
here. I'm from Oklahoma originally.
Oh,
Moved here like
nice.
10
Okay.
years ago, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm an open book, so when
Mhm.
people ask, I tell them.
Yeah.
But nothing specifically, no. I mean, I like posting lash content because again, my it is my business. But the thing about it is that it's so hard posting. It's hard being a business owner and wanting to also be a real person. Like, I don't
Right.
have a niche, right? Like, I
Well, your niche at this point is lashes, but like in regards to like content creation, yeah.
right. Well, and that's the thing is like sometimes I want to post like other personal things that I do at home, but
Yeah.
people are like not necessarily on social media, but outside are like, "Oh, well, you can't post that because you have a business." Why not? Why
Yeah.
not? If the people are so against how I act or what I do in my personal life, then they don't have to
Yeah.
come, you
Right.
know?
No, it's true. I mean, obviously,
So,
I feel like you have to be like mindful about what you post, but
right, right,
like at the end of the day, like if you want to post about like your breakup, like not that you're going through a breakup, but like if you had a breakup or your relationship or like getting married and stuff like that's like your platform. Like you should be able to build that up and be who you are. And the
right.
people who support you and like you for the work that you do, you know what I mean? Like that's going to be your thing. Maybe have you ever considered having like the local lash plug as your business page and then starting your own content creation page, or you're just like fine with doing it all on one page?
No, I've thought about doing that. It's just really hard to maintain alone
Right,
just
you
from
already don't want to maintain the like you barely keep up with the one you already have.
right,
Yeah.
because I want to do more content, but I don't look the cutest all the time. I don't have my house the cleanest all the time. I'm
Right.
a mom of two, so
Yeah.
it's rough sometimes, but I just try and post my own content, I
Yeah.
mean, eventually it'll get there. I'm not stressing it.
Yeah, no, I think you're doing a great job and you're super nice and you seem like a great person. Obviously, people want to come to you for your business. You're
Yeah.
just over the bridge from me, so maybe one day. One
Well,
day.
lunch is on the table too, girl.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love to go to lunch. I really don't do much with my life. I'm like always home with my kid and this is my new hobby. And so
This is
if you
exciting.
ever,
This is so exciting for you, especially for you to
thank
put
you.
yourself out there.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm like you said, like you reach out to the creators. I've just been reaching out and being like, hey, like I've always been nice. Like, could you help me out? And I'm just grateful to you for even like letting me being an episode for me because it's like I'm just doing this for fun. People are like, oh, do I have to subscribe? Do I have to pay? And I'm like, no, I'm just doing it. Like for right now,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do it and maybe it will come of something and maybe it won't. But like for right now, I think it's a pretty cool opportunity to get to
No,
know
it is.
people
It is.
that that are like associated in some way with the Florida Shores group because that's kind of like my niche, but like also like who are you outside of the Florida Shores group and like
Hmm.
what's your story, you know what I mean? And so I think like this is a good opportunity for people who follow me to get to know you if they didn't already know you and it's an opportunity for me to get to know you and interview you.
No, and I love that. I love that
Thank you.
because
Yeah.
especially when you have an opportunity, run with it, girl.
Yeah.
Run with
I'm
it.
trying. I'm trying to
Because
hustle, man,
listen,
for me and my kid.
I was not the first person Whitney reached out to. She said she had reached out to another one, and from what I remember, she wasn't interested. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I see an opportunity, I'm gonna take it
Yeah.
and run as fast as I
So it was
can.
like a collaboration, like where you did her lashes in return for like content or like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then I kind of just, like I said, I reached out to the other girlies, and
Yeah.
Whitney's been really nice to me ever since. I've only really worked on Kristen, Whitney, Kirsten, Bree, and Rachel. And then I just started working on Riley Nipper, Mama Riles. I don't know if
Yes, yes, I
yes.
was looking through your content to see who you've done. So yes, I saw Mona Riles. How many have you done her a lot or no?
I think 3 times so far. So
Okay, and what
she's
she
fairly,
like?
yeah, she's fairly newer. I've been working on Whitney the longest, and probably Bree the second longest.
Okay, yeah, because they
Um,
all live. Well, I guess Kristen lives locally as well, but okay. Where is your like shop located in St. Pete? If you want to say that on here for people who maybe live in the
is
area.
in Largo. It's off of Ulmerton and
Okay,
Belcher.
so.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people know this, but also we have a brow girly. She also does content with them
Mm.
sometimes. Her name's Hannah. She's amazing.
What
And
does
then I
she do
also
for her brow? What does she do for brows? Like it's like threading or?
just laminations,
Oh,
tinting, waxing. She also does permanent makeup. I
oh,
dabble in permanent makeup as well, but it's not really my niche. I kind of love
mhm.
lashes. It's just another thing that I do. And then we have 2 nail techs too. But
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Hannah is always open to that too. So she loves swapping services as well with them.
Oh, nice. Okay, well that's perfect. I mean, that's great.
Mhm.
So if anybody wants to, if anybody lives in the Tampa St. Pete area, definitely check them out. Is the business called the Local Lash Plug? Like, is that like the
No,
business or?
so it's Lexology Beauty Bar.
Oh, Luxology Beauty Bar. Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, yes, and then you're just username on social media as the Local
Yeah.
Lash Plug. That's good. I like that. That's a cute
Yeah.
name. Yeah. So, well, anyway, if you don't have anything else you want to share, I appreciate your time and thank you for coming on my podcast and
Of
definitely
course.
hope we can get lunch.
Yeah, I'm down. It
And
might have to be like a week or two out because I'm really busy right now. But
oh yeah,
after
you're fine, girl. I get it.
absolutely.
I've got a busy schedule too, sitting my ass on this couch, and but I'll see you in 2 weeks. Pencil
Yes.
me in.
Love, love, love.
It's about to be Valentine's Day, so you're probably going to need to be doing people's lashes so they look good for their dates.
Yeah.
Are the holidays busier for you?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay, so another thing too is that I love doing lashes, and I think it's so funny because I decided to work for myself.
Yeah,
I don't work for myself. I work for these bitches.
yeah,
I am always on call. If they need me, I have to be there, especially because
yeah,
it's not like nails or hair. Like hair, it's like, okay, I can go another week. They're like,
yeah.
girl, I need these done or I'm paying all this money to look cute, but if you don't fix them, I look homeless.
No,
And I'm
seriously, because then you have like one little like
like,
alfalfa
straggler.
sticking out, and the
Yeah.
rest of the one little straggler, they look like they got into like a fist fight and everything. Like they look good for like the first like 2 weeks or like week and a
Mhm.
half, 2 weeks, and then like once they start to fall out, they're like this. I'm like, go
Throwing
get
up
your
gang
lashes. They're
signs.
like, do
Yeah.
not talk to me until you get a couple more of those because that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be wearing clusters until I get them fixed because there ain't no way.
No, and I tell my clients all the time there's actually the glueless clusters. So
Uh-huh.
you have to put glue on them and they don't leave a residue. I'm okay with that. Like if you got to do what you got to do for my clients, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the one that I recommend. But also I don't mind accommodating them. It is busy during the holidays and stuff, but also I am so appreciative of any support from anybody. So if I can work on them, I
Yeah,
will.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, you're great. And like I said, hope to meet you eventually. And thank you for being on my
Yes.
podcast. And you guys
Of course.
remember, I'm not a tea page. I'm just a mom spilling the tea for other moms and nosy bitches like you and me. And I appreciate the support and the subscribers on my YouTube. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching.